Hey guys, in this video I just want to talk a little bit about protecting your firearms, especially when it comes to rust and corrosion. Those are two things that will quickly reduce the life of your guns, your rifles, all kinds of firearms. Rust is one of the biggest killers of keeping your guns in good working condition and keeping them from corroding and keeping them rust-free. Now what I like to use, I just started using this product recently. This is not necessarily an endorsement for this particular brand, eva-dry. Honestly, there's one made by Remington, and there's some no-name brands, and I strongly believe that they're all made in the same plant in China. You know, if you have the Remington name on there, it looks cool, but they're all pretty much the same. I get these on eBay, and they're pretty fairly priced. Sometimes you can even find them with free shipping. But basically how it works is, instead of those little silica packets that come in medication bottles, or that you can just buy from Cheaper Than Dirt or basically any hardware store, those little silica packets, not all of those are rechargeable. You can dry some of them out and use them again. But in this case, this product uses these little, I guess they're called glass crystals, glass water crystals. Let me see what it says here. Well, it's some kind of a little bead, and there's hundreds of little beads in here, and they actually change color from a damp, wet state to a dry state. When you get the product and it hasn't been dried out, the little crystals are yellowish, and then when you plug it in and the crystals get all the water driven out, and you put it in your safe, they're a blue color. So, you know, typically what I like to do is plug it in the morning before I go to work, and leave it in there for about 10 hours or so. You can do it overnight as well, and this thing will heat up once you plug it in, but that's normal. Don't get concerned if that happens. That's how all the moisture gets driven out, and those little glass beads get recharged, and then you can put it back in your gun safe and you're good to go. Now, depending on the humidity and the environment that you live in, you may have to, you know, you're going to recharge these at a different rate than depending on the humidity. So, for example, if you live in Texas or Arizona or any kind of dry climate like that, Las Vegas, you won't have to recharge these that often. You can probably go up to 30 days. I live in Southern California, right near the ocean, and it's pretty damp, especially with the rains that are typical here from November all the way through March. It rains a lot. It's pretty damp, and yeah, I have to recharge these basically every week. They'll go 7 days. I'll open up the gun safe and take a look inside, and they're not blue anymore. They're already back to yellow. Let me give you a little bit better look here. It's kind of hard to see, but you look inside that little transparent window, and you can tell which, you know, what shape the crystals are in, whether you have to recharge them or not. But yeah, I have to go every 7 days because it's so damp where I live. And I'm glad I got these because I had no idea how much dampness was in the environment here. With my more modern handguns, it's not really a problem. Glocks, HKs, they are pretty tough, but with some of the surplus rifles, especially if you use corrosive ammo, you know, even if you clean it real well, you might leave something behind, and it doesn't take much for the corrosive salts to attract that moisture and start rusting the inside of the barrel and whatnot. So, like I said, this is a pretty good product. I have two already, but it's so damp in this environment, and this area that I live in, that I went ahead and got another one on eBay. I think it was only like $23, $24, and the gentleman that sent it to me, he was really good. I got it in like 3 business days. But yeah, just go on eBay if you're interested. There's a lot of people that sell these things, and they seem to work pretty well. Again, you don't have to get this particular brand, but you'll know as soon as you see it. They all look like this, and I have a feeling they're all made at the same plant. So again, rust, corrosion, definite no-nos. You want to try to keep your guns nice and dry, like that expression, the old saying goes, keep your powder dry, and that applies to the guns as well. So just wanted to give you a quick look at what I'm using to protect my firearms and try to keep them from rusting. Thanks.